We've all been lied to and led astray. Worsted weight yarn doesn't exist. Well, kinda technically, but we'll get into that. Welcome to Little John's Yarn. I'm Alicia, and lately I've been obsessed with crochet fun facts. And if you're interested in those too, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me keep my wine glass full. So let's get into the truth behind worsted weight yarn. Crocheters and knitters might be completely confused when I tell you worsted yarn is not a weight. Worsted yarn is a type of yarn that is often confused with being a weight, but this isn't the case. Worsted yarn is actually a type of spinning technique that produces smooth and even yarn with long fibers. This type of yarn is often used in knitting and weaving projects as it produces an even fabric with no knots or lumps. While worsted yarn may be used to create different weights of fabric, it's important to note that worsted yarn itself is not technically a weight measurement. According to avid spinner and blogger Hilltop Cloud, worsted yarns are smooth and dense, and they tend to drape well and be much more lustrous. Many commercial yarns are spun in this way, particularly sock yarns. I'm not saying worsted weight yarn doesn't exist. No, like many terms and phrases in the English language, meanings and definitions change over time, such as the word spinster, which historically meant a woman who spun yarn, not an older unmarried woman. But I think technically I'm a spinster in both ways. But another term, if you were naughty, you had not or nothing. Now it means misbehaving. Words change and we accept the new meaning. Even the Craft Yarn Council of America refers worsted weight yarn as medium weight category 4 yarn. They're not saying it is worsted, but it's commonly called that. So it's pretty widely accepted. And in this video, when I refer to worsted yarn, it's in regards to how it's made. And if I say worsted weight, it's in reference to the thickness of the yarn. So remember that. So what is worsted yarn? Worsted yarn is a type of yarn made from long staple fibers such as wool, alpaca, mohair, and other fibers. The fibers are combed and aligned in the same direction, resulting in a smooth, sleek, and strong yarn. Unlike woven yarn, which is made from shorter fibers and is fluffy and airy, worsted yarn has a tighter twist and a dense, compact texture. The term worsted refers to a specific spinning and preparation process in which the fibers are carefully lined and tightly spun to produce a yarn that is suitable for a wide range of textile projects, from clothing to home goods. Now let's get into the fun history of worsted yarn. Worsted yarn has a rich and long history that dates back to the medieval period in England. The name worsted is derived from the town in Worstead, Norfolk, England, which was the center of wool production and processing in the Middle Ages around the 12th century. In the early days of worsted yarn production, the spinning process involved sorting and carding the fibers before spinning them into smooth, strong yarn. This process was known as worsted spinning and produced a high-quality yarn that was ideal for weaving into durable and long-lasting fabrics. Worsted yarn became increasingly popular in the 17th and 18th centuries as new spinning and weaving technologies were developed. The worsted spinning process has continued to evolve over the centuries, and modern worsted yarns are produced using a variety of fibers, including wool, cotton, silk, and synthetic fibers. Now, let's look at the characteristics of worsted yarn. Worsted yarn can be any weight. It can range from lightweight, heavy, bulky, medium 4, it doesn't matter. In contrast, the term worsted weight yarn is often used to describe medium weight yarn. I know some of you guys are going to say, show me the proof. Well, my good friend Christy of Recollected Goods was good enough to send me some photos of older yarns using the term worsted, yet not being a medium weight yarn. See, I told you. So, how did worsted yarn turn into a weight? The simple answer: marketing. Worsted yarn became associated with a weight due to the widespread use of the term knitting worsted type, and ultimately worsted weight on yarn brands to indicate medium knitting yarn, regardless of the fiber content or number of plies. However, it's important to note that worsted weight yarn is not an official yarn weight, and different brands and manufacturers may use different definitions of worsted weight. This has contributed to the confusion surrounding the true definition of worsted yarn and the relationship between worsted yarn and weight. So, if you find this all mind-blowing and you enjoyed these fun crochet facts, make sure you check out my other fun crochet facts like my crochet history and the most expensive yarn in the world. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So I'll see you all on the very next one. Bye guys.